How's it going, everyone? I hope everyone's doing well. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some best practices to help you fall asleep. Sleep is an important aspect for us to maintain good health. Not only that, it gives us the energy to be more accurate in making decisions, and a lack of it makes us feel like the world is against us, and we all struggle with it at some point in our lives. Whether we're a teen or a working adult, everyone's vulnerable with dealing with this problem. It happens to approximately 30 to 60% of people worldwide. With having this in mind, we know that this is a normal problem human beings face. It's also good to note that even if we get enough sleep, we may still feel tired. With changes of sleep patterns, we experience daytime fatigue, and you may have slept 8 hours, but you still lack energy. There are many different types of sleeping disorders. Some common ones are narcolepsy, insomnia, parasomnia, REM sleep disorder, sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, musculoskeletal disorders, and night terrors. Of course, there are a lot more, but these are some of the common ones. You may ask, why do sleep disorders happen? And they are various factors, such as having different type of medical conditions or mental health symptoms, such as anxiety and depression. And when your mind has to worry, shutting your brain down makes it extremely difficult to sleep. And when you have all these thoughts rushing through your mind, you only can do so much. And the harder you try, the more power you will lose to the intrusive thoughts. And that's when they take over, making that 20-minute session to fall asleep turn into hours of struggle, of where you slip in and out of sessions of REM sleep. And this leads to having sleep deprivation, which will cause you to feel weak with a lack of energy. And this is what causes the mind to have multiple levels of stress. And having stress in one's life of a lack of sleep causes different type of medical conditions. Whether you're young or old, anyone can suffer from health conditions. It may not occur often in younger people, but it still can affect you later down the road. That's why getting enough rest helps you to avoid these chronic issues like heart disease, kidney disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and strokes, to just name a few. Since the mind plays tricks on you, it's best to have an arsenal of tools to help you relax the mind so you can get a good night rest. And this leads to circadian rhythm and the stages of sleep. When you find yourself sleeping at times you're not used to, the farther away you move from your sleep schedule. And if you keep allowing this to happen for more than a few days, that's when you face trouble, since the mind likes to follow a daily pattern so it can rebuild your mind and your body. Now we're touching on the stages of sleep. There are 2 different types of stages of sleep. We have non-REM sleep and rapid eye movement sleep. Non-REM sleep goes deeper into rapid eye movement sleep. And non-REM sleep has 3 stages: REM 1, REM 2, and REM 3. REM 1, you go into this stage without realizing it, and it's the lightest stage of sleep. And it's simply daydreaming with your eyes closed. Then once you pass this stage, you drift off into a deeper level of sleep, and you spend about 45% inside this stage. Then here comes stage 3. This is your deepest part of sleep, where you're fully sunken down into your hypothalamus. And then the door opens, and now you're in REM sleep. It's characterized by rapid eye movement, muscle paralysis, where you're unable to move your muscles, and dreaming. Now we can move on to some of the techniques. You ever try to go to sleep, but after 20 minutes of trying to reach a quiet mind, you just can't? That's because you have thoughts and worries that's keeping you up. And a solution for this is getting a sheet of paper and writing down everything that's on your mind to help you clear out your head. Another one is to meditate, so you can unwind your mind and reach a mindful, relaxed state. Instead of swimming with your thoughts, you can flow with them to get you into that nice, relaxed space. If you've never meditated before, I recommend starting with guided meditation by listening to someone's voice, by guiding you on a path from a place of noisiness to a place of silence and peace, like on a beach. So once you're through with it, you can try again to fall asleep. Also, if there's any noise or a lot of light, having sleeping earbuds and an eye mask will help block out any distractions that's preventing you from going to sleep. Another technique that I think that is great is called the military sleep method. This method was designed to help service members fall asleep in tense or difficult situations by teaching them to quickly relax their body and mind. One of the first ways they achieve this is by relaxing one's face, moving from your forehead to your jaw. The second is you release any tension in your shoulders and arms, allowing them to rest at your sides. Then you take a slow, deep breath and then gradually exhale. Then after that, you relax your legs, beginning with the hips and thighs and working your way to the tips of your toes. Then lastly, with your eyes closed, you imagine a peaceful scene. If you get distracted, repeat a simple phrase in your mind like, "Be still," because sometimes falling asleep could feel like you're in war with your mind. Having said that, you're in control of your mind and you can prevent unwanted thoughts from coming in, because anything that gets you emotional has power over you, and that goes with your thoughts. So anytime you feel like thoughts are rushing in, press the pause button and take back control. The next thing we're going to be talking about is avoiding stimulants. Stimulants play a large factor in your central nervous system by speeding up messages traveling between the brain and the body, such as coffee and nicotine, which causes you to stay awake, especially coffee, which stays in your body for 10 hours after you consume it. So this might explain why some people have a hard time falling asleep, because not just coffee, but also different types of beverages, even dark chocolate, contains caffeine. The other stimulants that people rely on are alcohol and melatonin. Let's talk about alcohol. Having any type of alcohol beverages before bed can lead to a night of horrible restless sleep. That's why if you ever come home from a night out with friends, or you drink it occasionally, you may find that it disrupts the release of melatonin in your brain, making you feel drowsy but still alert and conscious, and confuses the brain from the normal phases you typically have to slogginess of patterns, which can lead to mid-sleep awakening, having you wake up in the middle of the night, which stabs a hole in your sleep schedule, which isn't convenient for when you have to wake up for work or school. Now we can talk about melatonin. Of course, it promotes sleep and relaxes you by calming your mind down, but if you take it too often, it can mess up your circadian rhythm. Not only that, it can cause stomach cramps and even mood changes, so it's best to use it only for emergencies, or better yet, avoiding any stimulants altogether. The last thing that I want to touch on is having a sleep schedule for yourself. So you're not going to sleep at any random time. Instead, you're going to sleep at a time that works best for you by having a sleeping routine. And one last bonus is to eat 4 hours before you go to sleep. This allows your stomach to have enough time to digest your food, so your stomach can rest, so it doesn't have to work to keep your body up. So in this video, we talked about different types of sleep disorders that has been preventing you from getting to sleep, the different stages of sleep that allows you to sink deeper into REM sleep, techniques such as the military technique that allows you to relax your body with deep breaths and closing your eyes and imagining a peaceful scene by saying be still if you get distracted, avoiding stimulants like coffee and alcohol so you don't have to rely on anything other than your mind to fall asleep. Lastly, having a sleeping schedule. We all know sleep is important and we all try to get the best quality of sleep, but sometimes we just can't. But having some tools in your arsenal will give you some insurance to at least know there's some hope to get some shut-eye. I hope you got some insight from this video. I will be making more videos soon. Thank you and have a good night.